Did you guys see this story that came out on CNN today? This is hilarious because I didn't know that this is a thing. Apparently, there's this thing called the gay games. Were you guys aware of this? It's like the Olympics, only for gay people because they believe, due to their activism, that everybody's an athlete. Which, if you've ever played sports in your life, you know is a complete and total fucking lie. But I want to show you what's hilarious about this. If you read this article from CNN, it talks about Dr. Thomas Waddell and how he competed at the 1968 Olympics in Mexico City, and he was like discriminated against, and he went back to San Francisco, and in 1982 he was able to form the Gay Games. But I just want you to see how CNN emphasizes gay games. And as we always talk about, if you're new here, anytime the media emphasizes a word or phrase, it's because there's gematria behind it relevant to the story. Welcome to the Gay Games, an alternative to the Olympics where activism is encouraged and everyone's an athlete. And that could not be more of a fucking lie. Which is exactly what the media is every day. The media is news for dummies. That's what it is. Remember those books for dummies? That's what the news is, you know? The news is propaganda for dummies. Because I remember growing up in school, elementary school, high school. I remember playing baseball because I was always a good athlete. I'm not a great athlete, but I'm a good athlete. I can play all the sports, right? Baseball, football, basketball, hockey, lacrosse, tennis, golf, soccer. I can play these sports. You know, I can play them at a decent level. I can play them at a pretty good level. You know what I mean? But I just remember growing up in school. You know, you're in gym class or you're playing intramural athletics or you're playing high school sports. I always remember that, just how fucking terrible everybody is, you know, especially here in the U.S. You know, the U.S. cancer is kind of spread around the rest of the globe. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would always get stuck on a team with a bunch of fucking losers that couldn't catch the ball. Couldn't kick the ball, couldn't throw the fucking ball. It's like, oh my God, man, why in the fuck are people so goddamn incompetent? Even when I was unloading trailers at UPS, I would go in there and I would unload trailers faster than everybody else. It's like, why are people so goddamn incompetent, you know? We can't kick the ball, can't catch the ball, can't run the ball, can't throw the ball. It's like, holy hell. And now they want to come out and say everyone's an athlete. That is absolutely fiction if I've ever seen it. Oh my God. Reminds me of the movie The Ringer with Johnny Knoxville. You guys ever see that? That came out back in like 2005. I don't know if I'm allowed to elaborate on it. It might be medical misinformation. But anyway, getting to this, as usual, the number 33 is all over gay propaganda. And I want you, and that's a huge number. Remember, police, masonry, secrecy, order, federal, they're all 33. The word activism is 33, right? The lesbian tranny for the U.S. women's Olympic team just kicked the winning goal yesterday. What's her name? Megan Rapone or whatever. That is a fucking dude, by the way. As are most of those trannies that play in the U.S. women's soccer team. But notice the word activism's 33, genitals is 33, schlong is 33. Somebody who's a member of this community didn't know the word schlong sums to 33. It's like, come on, man, you know, you got to know better. Porno's 33, whore is 33, gay games also 33. Go figure. And the obsession with 33 comes from the Kundalini. The Kundalini is the belief of spiritual ascension up the 33 vertebrae of the spine, right? That's why the middle row of your keyboard, ASD, G, or FGH, JKL, is also 33 because the middle row of your keyboard is said to be the spine, the backbone of your keyboard. And, of course, the word gay, sex, nudity, they're all 33. Homosexual, 137, the 33rd prime. You know, since we're talking about activism and how it's encouraged, how come if I right now stood up and pulled out my twig and dingleberries, that would be nudity and the video would get taken down by Google? Hey, Google, isn't that my right? Isn't that my right to show my dick and my balls if I choose to? I don't get that. All this activism in the world, and yet you'd flag my video for nudity if I did something like that. I want to be an activist. I feel like that's my goddamn right, you know? Just like what the media wants you to do right now, right? You know what? If you're a dude, I want you to, you need to start growing your hair long. You need to start waxing. You need to start wearing stockings, dresses, high heels, makeup. That's what you need to start doing if you're a guy. If you're a girl, don't you be doing any of that bullshit. If you're a girl, you need to shave your fucking head, start wearing like baggy jeans, Nike socks, Jordans. That's what we need in this world. That's going to make the world a much better place. You know what I mean? We need all the women to be men and all the men to be women. You know what? Just sleep with the same gender, have sex with the same gender, fuck your wife, fuck your husband. You know what I mean? Just seriously, that's apparently going to make the world a better place, right? So anyway, now that the rant is over, the first ever gay games were held in San Francisco, Jesuit town, home to one of the nation's 27 Jesuit universities, in 1982, which was the year of the drug war in the United States. Now, the last time I said this, the video got taken down for medical misinformation. But for all the people who don't think there's anything wrong in the world or anything suspicious, I always tell people, tell them about the 19-year cycles, okay? The 19-year cycles are synced up with the moon that does a full rotation every 19 years. That's why Jewish holidays are synced up with the moon. This language of letters and numbers is Jewish. There's a whole lot more to that, but understand, right? 2020, the war on germs. 2001, the war on terrorism. 1982, the war on drugs. 1963, the Kennedy assassination. 1944, World War II. 1925, a book was written called An American Tragedy. That book was based on the death of Grace May Brown, who died in 1906, 19 years before 1925, 19 hijackers on 9/11, COVID-19. The word chaos sums to 19. Ask them if they see a pattern yet. You got to love the last gay games were in Paris, France, where the Jesuits are. This whole thing is a big Jesuit operation. Now, this Thomas Waddell, there's not much information known about this guy. He does have a wiki page, so we're going to have to roll with that. Notice how his name and San Francisco both sum to 50. He was dead at age 50. And, well, he was dead at age 49, but in the 50th year of his life. And notice how he was born Thomas Flubacher. I mean, is that right? I don't know. But notice how from his last birthday, November 1st, 1986, to the date he died, July 11th, 1987, is 253 days, like his name, Thomas Fulcher, 253. Now, before we sign out, I want to read this. Look at his sporting career. This might be a little hard to see. My face is going to be in the way. Hang on a second. All right. It says sporting career. He traveled in the U.S. Department-sponsored track and field tour of Africa in 1962. At the 1968 Summer Olympics in Mexico City, Waddell placed sixth amongst 33 competitors. And what are we talking about with homosexuality and 33? Peas in a pod. Homosexual, 137, 33rd prime. He broke 5 of his own personal records in the 10 events. So, yeah. Yep. Again, just same numbers again and again all throughout history. I'm going to be working. You guys see that. For those of you on Patreon, did you see that joke about them? They suspended or they postponed 3 games in the AFL and the NRL. Remember, when you write out the word 3, it's 56. I'm pretty sure I got the NRL grand final. That I'm very certain I know who's going to win that. The AFL, Pretty sure I know who's going to win. I'm not 100% certain on the opponent yet. I'm going to get those videos out either tomorrow or the hell day is it? Tomorrow or Monday. I'm going to work on those videos. We're still working on looking at the World Series. I know all you guys had a great day yesterday. We murdered that yesterday. Got everybody should have went 3-0. The U.S., Mexico, that was easy to see. You guys know who's taking the Gold Cup, as well as the women's soccer. There's something interesting about that we all know on Patreon. If you want to sign up for that, as always, the link to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Patreon, it's all the pinned post in the comments section. If you're on your phone, scroll down, click the comments. You'll see it right there. Welcome to the gay games, baby. Till next time, guys.